Hello 8th standard. Welcome to our English digital class, and our today's lesson is 2.4 Three Visions for India. Now students, what are these three visions and whose three visions are these? So let's start. Now this lesson is a speech. Okay, a speech given by the great personality Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, you know this great personality, na? Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, our ex-president of India. He was also known as the Missile Man. Now this lesson is a part of a famous speech. Okay, it was a famous speech delivered by APJ Abdul Kalam at IIT Hyderabad. IIT means what? Indian Institute of Technology at Hyderabad on 25th of May 2011. Okay, and in his speech, he has told about his three visions for our motherland, that is India. And in his speech, he has even pleaded Indians to get involved in the nation building process and to make India a developed nation. So let's see what this lesson tells us. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the father of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the father of India's integrated guided missile program. So, he is known as the father of the missiles. Okay, integrated parts means the small parts. Okay, he states three visions for India based on achievements and progress that he has witnessed in the history of the nation. Okay, why does he wants to give us three visions? Because he had seen the achievements and the programs that he has witnessed in the history of our nation. He has seen that how our India has developed right from the independence period till today. Okay, and during his own career as a missile scientist. Okay, Dr. Kalam's three visions for India are freedom, development and standing up. Okay, so what are his three visions? Freedom, development and standing up. And on what basis he had fixed these three visions? As I told you that he had seen the achievement and the progress that he has witnessed in the history of our India. Okay, and his whole career. The focus of his presentation is on developing India to its fullest potential. See, India is very powerful, students. India is a very powerful nation. It has lot of ability, potentials are there. Okay, so APJ Abdul Kalam is saying that we should use all our potential, all our abilities. We can do everything in this world. We can become the one of the superpower today, and we are heading towards it, students. Okay, while standing up to the rest of the world, we should face any problem. Standing up means to face any problem bravely. Okay, so Dr. Abdul Kalam wanted to tell us that India should use all its potential and face all the problems or challenges, we can say, courageously, okay, bravely, to fully validate self-respect for the achievements that have been obtained in this modern times. Okay, so this is what he has said. If we are not free, okay, so now he is talking about his first vision. If we are not free, no one will respect us. I have three visions for India. Again, he is saying in his speech that he has 3 visions for India. In 3000 years of our history, people from all over the world have come and invaded us. Okay, they have come and entered into India. The outsiders, okay, the foreign country people have come and captured or conquered us. Okay, captured our land and conquered our mind. So who all came to India? The biggest example is the Britishers. Yes or no? The Britishers came to India. They conquered our India. They ruled our mind, our culture, everything. So, Abdul Kalam wants to tell us that from Alexander onwards to the Greeks, the Portuguese, the British, the French, the Dutch, all of them came and looted us and took over what was ours. Okay, so they took everything in their hand. They took it as authority and started looting our Indians. Yet, we have not done this to any other nation. Students, have you all heard or studied in history any time that our India conquered any other country? No, we have never ever conquered anyone. We have not grabbed their land, their culture and their history, nor tried to force our way of life on them. Why? Because we respect the freedom of the others. So this is what Abdul Kalam wants to tell us about the freedom. And further he says, that is why my first freedom for India is freedom. Okay. I believe that India has had its first vision of freedom in 1857 for the War of Independence. See, right from 1857, India has started fighting for the freedom. And that time, we used to fight against the Britishers. It is this freedom that we must protect and nurture. Okay, so how should we handle our freedom? We should protect and nurture our freedom, and also we should also build on it. Okay, we should use that freedom in a proper way. If we are not free, no one will respect us. So here he wants to tell us that if we are not free, no one on this earth will respect us. My second vision for India is development. So the second vision is development. For 50 years, we have been a developing nation. It is time to see ourselves as a developed nation. So in 2011, we were quite developed nation, and today we can call us one of the superpower of the world. We are among the 5 top nations. Okay, we are the top 5 nations of the world in the terms of gross domestic products, and we have 10% growth rate in most of the areas. Okay, so here he wants to tell us that today we are no less than the other countries. Okay, so we are also in the top 5 nations in the gross domestic products. We have our own production. Many things are produced in India. Okay, our poverty levels are falling down, and our achievements are being globally recognized today. Now today, how are we? We are developing. So now the poverty is going. So he wants that everyone should be self-confident to see ourselves as a developed nation. So everyone should be self-reliant and self-assured also. And further he's saying, isn't this right? Okay. So he says that globally today, now we should be recognized globally that when we are powerful, we are developing. Then he says that India must stand up to the world. Okay. I have a third vision that India must stand up to the world or no one will respect us. Only strength, respect, strength. So we should be that much powerful that nobody should insult us. Okay, nobody should underestimate us. So in the same way, everybody should respect. We should be so much powerful. We must be strong not only as a military power but also as an economic power. Both go hand in hand. Why are we Indians so embarrassed to recognize our own strength, our achievements? We are such a great nation. We have so many amazing success stories, but we refuse to acknowledge them. Okay, means we refuse to accept the truth that even we are powerful, we are also successful, because we lack confidence. Okay, so we should not lack confidence. Why? We are the second largest producer of wheat in the world. We are the second largest producer of rice. We are the first in milk production. We are number 1 in remote sensing satellite. So ours was the first remote sensing satellite sent in the space. Okay, a man-made satellite launched into the space for communication, weather forecast. Okay, so we were the first in that. And there are millions of such achievements. But our media is obsessed by only with the bad news and failures and disasters. Obsessed means what, students? They continually talk or worry about something. So they keep on bombarding on us all the bad news, the negative news. Okay. So our media is responsible at many places there. Then further he says that we do not realize that self-respect comes with self-reliance. I was in Tel Aviv once and I was reading the Israeli newspaper. So he was there and he was reading the newspaper. It was the day after a lot of attacks and bombardments and death had taken place. The Hamas, okay, Hamas means who? One of the Islamic movement there in Israel, okay. They had struck. They wanted to capture that place, okay. So they were putting on bombs and riots were going on there. But the front page of the newspaper had the picture of a Jewish gentleman who in 5 years had transformed his desert land into an orchard farm and a granary. See, students, though there was bomb attack and all, lot of weapon attacks were there, but still in that Israeli newspaper there was the headline about a Jewish gentleman who have transformed a desert land into a fruit farm, that is orchard. Okay, such a positive news was printed on the first page, and because of this positive news, the negative news of this bombardment and the bloodsheds, that is the gory, okay, the bloodsheds and all these negative news was hidden inside. It was this inspiring picture that everyone woke up to. The gory detail. Now gory means what? The news which involves bloodsheds and violences. Okay. Details of killings, bombardments and deaths were inside the newspaper, buried among the other news. So in the Israeli newspaper, they give more importance to the positive news, not like our newspapers, negative news. It's only possible, isn't it possible in our country? So Abdul Kalam wants that even this should go in our country. Next he says, I want to live in a developed India. Now this is a paragraph where one question was asked to him. Let's see what it is. Another question. Why are we as a nation so obsessed with foreign things? We want foreign TVs, we want foreign shirts, we want foreign technology, right? We are so obsessed, we are so into that we want all branded things, students, right? Why this obsession with everything imported? Why are we mostly dependent and we like the foreign things? Why? India doesn't have branded things. How many of them use Indian products, students? Do we not realize that self-respect comes with self-reliance? So, if we respect our own Indian products, then we will become self-reliant, that is self-dependent. Then even our Indian products will be sold very much, which will help to develop our own country again. So, once I was in Hyderabad giving this lecture when a 14-year-old girl asked me for my autograph. I asked her what her goal in life is. She replied, I want to live in a developed India. For her, you and I will have to build this developed India. You must proclaim. So, APJ Abdul Kalam wants to tell us that we should build this developed India not only for that girl but even for ourselves. Okay, students, I hope you understood this Abdul Kalam's 3 visions for India, that are freedom, development and standing up. So we should become Atmanirbhar. Yes, students. Thank you very much.